Okay, moving on to some tools that I really want to know from you. With so many tools out there, how do you personally filter what's actually working for you, very helpful for you, and what's just a hype?
Yeah, so maybe two things. One, like you said, I mean, there's a million tools. Yes, I'm in ChatGPT every day. Yes, I've compared Chat with Claude, with Perplexity, all those things, right? So there's that. The second thing I would say is like what is challenging you the most? What is taking up most of your time? Because there are so many tools, like where does that start? Again, like people ask me if I had AI budget, where would you invest first? The reason I'm looking at market intelligence tools and some comp intel tools is that is really going to be better, what that doesn't hallucinate, that can actually validate all the research it's finding as a starting point for everything else I'm building, because there are a million tools that can take a good messaging doc or a good like enablement video and turn it into a million other things. So
Yeah.
that's one that I would say like a very, very good place to start. I'm still working through like maybe what the best tool is for that. But if you want fun ones that are really, really high impact, most of them have free trials to try them out. Ones that I'm like, oh my God, this existed 3 years ago. One is I just tried this. Oh my God, what is it called? I just talked about it last week. Not AlphaSense. Why is that in my head? Oh my gosh.
What does it do?
So it'll take it's in my PMM hack last week. This wasn't working, but it takes a video. So say you have like an enablement video, you're talking with like a product manager or even your founders having a conversation, or it's like a webinar from a customer, whatever. It takes a video, it like pulls it into, they call it a template, and it'll spit out everything you need for either like a product launch or like a marketing campaign. I mean, it's literally like you have a list on the side of every deliverable you need. So take this video and it turns it like all within the same kind of format into a blog post, into a landing page, into a social post, into PR, literally, and it'll upload as much, time of videos that you need, and everything is spit out, and you can like edit the prompt, you can say, hey, change this tone, remove this buzzword, whatever, the transcripts in there, but like one click video and like all the deliverables you could ask for like a product launch.
Wow.
I almost thought it was too good to be true.
Yeah. And now that you're not telling me the name, I'm just very curious. Is it a really real product?
Okay, now I'm gonna have, this is so embarrassing. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Well, so the founder reached out and he was like, same thing. Do you want a demo? I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is too good to be true. Alphana, that's it. Not
Which one?
Alphana, Alphana. I was gonna bother me. So it was Alphana, not AlphaSense. That's why I was like,
Right.
so that's one that I'm like,
Perfect.
as soon as they can do text, like a messaging doc into all those deliverables, I think like game changer.
I'm sure.
So that's one. The second one I do really love is Gamma. Have you tried? Okay, everyone.
I have tried. Yes.
My favorite thing to do with Gamma is to take a blog post or a messaging doc and turn it into slides. I'm like, two things that does.
It's
One,
so good.
it's so good. Like the images are good, and what it pulls is always interesting. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
good validation.
Exactly.
To say, does it understand my key points of a
And it
big,
does.
and it does. But that's also a sign of a good messaging doc. So like
That's what I was about to say. Your doc has to be really good. So
and social
yeah.
carousels. And I hate
Yeah.
them, but actually Gamma does a very good job. And even like landing pages, like websites, like working, like I literally put in a prompt. It was like, build a landing page website for a happy hour event between this company and this company. And it was like, boop, here you go. I'm like, okay, great.
Well,
That's like fantastic. I mean, you have to figure out anyway. You figure out registration, but I was like, for a full blown like working
right. Yeah.
so there's
Okay.
so many ways to take like assets and repurposing them and like things like that. And the last one I would say, because this is one that I think there'll be a lot more companies doing this, is called Tribyl. So Tribyl.
Oh, okay.
It takes the conversations your sales reps are having and basically like ties that to revenue. So what talk tracks are resonating, they're actually pushing the sales cycle through the different stages so that you can say, okay, hey, you just launched new messaging, right? Like our company is now going to focus on, I don't know, here's our product vision, whatever. You enable sales that you're curious, one, if they're using that talk track, and two, is it actually working to put sales through pipeline? And Tribyl can actually tell you that. And so what that excites me about is when we talk about KPIs for product marketers and we're like, we don't know really what to measure. I mean, Tribyl, something like that, tying like talk tracks and content to revenue could eventually be a really interesting way to start thinking about like product marketing KPI, which is a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
sure it's fine. It's fine. But like and there's, stuff for SEO and there's stuff for like content optimization and like what are your competitors doing on different social, whatever that's really resonating. So there's like a million things. Like suggestion for people is if you're really struggling with something, like have a conversation, ask on LinkedIn. I'm guaranteed there's someone or probably 10 plus people that have an
Yeah, I'm sure.
idea of things to try.
Exactly. And it's always good to know that there are tools and also upcoming tools that are solving a lot of core problems for not only PMMs, I guess, but CMOs and VPs and CROs. So I think it's kind of helping us be better and smarter individuals.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the probably the coolest, if you just want to geek out on tech for changing the game for marketing, it's called Aampe, AAMPE. Their agents are, I mean, it's gonna 100% change the game on all of marketing. Like, there's a lot of tools that do like predictive audiences and smart segments, but Amp is like truly one-to-one, like learns you and like what motivates you and how does it work within the context of what you're looking for, so that, I mean, you to get personalized, like, so say we're both, I don't know, ordering food on Grubhub late night, right? And we both want Chinese food, right? Amp's agents can say, okay, Shruti prefers, I don't know, convenience, like what's going to get here the fastest. But Michelle cares more about like price, maybe, right? I just want the cheapest option. So it'll show you modularly within the app, what motivates you as a buyer, to show
Wow.
you that stuff in real time. I mean, it's just like mind blowing tech, but
Oh
like
my God.
where we're going, it's so cool. I
You
don't
have
know.
tried that? I would love to try.
Oh my God. So Paul and Sean are the founders.
Okay.
They're the smartest. They're like data science background, psychology background. So they understand like
Hmm.
how the mind works. And again, like what motivates people. So then to translate that into technology is like, it's
I
just
think if
it's so
you
cool.
just crack that code of what people think and how they think it, and you're done. Like you just create a really great tech stack for
It's
somebody.
so cool. And it's just so
Wow.
cool.
I'm definitely gonna try that.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, the whole team there is awesome. Yeah, it's really cool.
I have been hearing a lot about Lovable. Have you tried?
Yeah, so it's like the way I've used Lovable, and I'm sure there's other use cases, is like getting kind of pseudo product images. So if I say, yeah, I want this, it's actually pretty good in some cases. Like, I probably shouldn't say it's in some cases. I think it's better than some products UIs, but it's good for inspiration, right? Like if you're like, and I'm not a UX designer, but as a potential user, I'm like, man, this stuff's like quite good. So if you're doing slides wet for website images, like chef's
It's
kiss.
good. Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I love,
I think it's pretty lovable.
yeah, the name just works.
Exactly. Okay. I love that you have just mentioned so many, and I think people listening have to actually take some notes on what other tools they have to try to actually make their work better. But moving on to a little bit about learning and upskilling, because there are also many courses and many certifications that are coming in, and I have tried and they feel a bit generic. And if somebody is learning from a course that was made in 2021, I feel it's
Yeah.
lacking a lot of context.
Yep.
So what would you recommend to PMMs or marketers who want to get smarter about using AI in their work?
Yeah, gosh, I mean, there's so many, but like you said, if it's beyond like 2024, even I would suggest maybe looking elsewhere. Harvard does some free classes, which are actually pretty decent. They are a little more generic beyond like product marketing use cases or marketing use cases, but it's still like a good base. Like, was an agent versus an LLM? Some of those kind of like foundational
Mm-hmm.
concepts just to understand the technology itself. Exit 5 is also really good. Zach Roberts from We're Not Marketers has actually a course on it. He and Gab both actually are building like GPTs for product marketers. They are
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. Like, I think every product marketer should know how to build a GPT. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about that. So that's definitely, for messaging or competitive intel. Like, some of these like personal GPTs are really, really good for that. So once you know how to, it's not as intimidating as some people may think. So definitely worth learning how to do that. And then there's a lot of really good like newsletters,
Okay.
but there's like daily AI newsletters that are really fun, just like for things to try or like what tool is new, or, share out a customer story of how AI is being intertwined into different tech stacks, which I think is really, really important. That's probably, again, a whole nother episode of like, how are we bringing AI into these stacks, whether it's for
Yeah.
product marketing or broader conversations. But that's another good one as well. But like, of course, I'm always open to talk. like I said, I just have a lot of people saying, I have this use case, I'm struggling with this, what would you recommend? Sometimes I have suggestions, sometimes I don't, but the same with you as well. Like, keep the conversation open. If you have a question, ask it. There will be plenty of people that know how to help you in
Yeah.
some way.
Exactly. And what I know for PMM prompts and all of that, people are gonna follow you as a creator, but who are you following for your all AI, information, how to use that? I have recently just followed Jeff too. So I'm not sure if you know him, and he's just creating massive videos on YouTube about how to do that, and like it's pretty awesome. I'll just pull up the
Send
link,
it.
and yeah, he works as a product person in Google,
Okay.
so he's doing a pretty good job
They must,
on internet.
yeah, there's maybe I'll send a list because there's like probably 10
For sure.
people. Ruben, I'm not gonna get his last name. He's like the AI guy. Like Ruben, I think his last name starts with an H. I'll send you a list you can send out to the listeners later because there's literally probably 10 or so people that just they know their stuff. They know the prompts, the tools. It's just really good other people to follow and learn from. But I guess the one thing I will say too is like, this takes all of us. Like, I want to learn from you as much as anyone might want to learn from me. And I think that those people that are really leading the way, it's just like cool to see how transparent everyone's being about this because, we're learning together. We're not just, like
Taking it all in.
Yeah. So that's pretty
Of
cool.
course. Thank you so much, Michelle. And people who are listening, please subscribe if you haven't already. And we talk a lot about AI, product marketing, and a lot more. So stay tuned to Behind the Brief. And this is Shruti signing off. Thank you.
Thanks.